Detective Humphrey Goodman, played by Chris Marshall, and Martha Lloyd, Sally Bredon, decided to leave their busy lives in London for a quieter way of life in Devon. The duo end up living with Martha's mum while they find their feet in the small town. The first episode of Beyond Paradise will see Humphrey making his mark with the local police force, and he even gets to work solving his first ever murder. Speaking exclusively to Express. Co.uk and other press in a Q&A, show bosses Tony Jordan and Tony Key discussed how Beyond Paradise is different to Death in Paradise. They went on to explain how they also wanted to keep the DNA of Death in Paradise in the spin-off too. However, there will be one big difference in the BBC drama, which begins on Friday. When discussing the change in the denouement and how Humphrey solves a murder, Tony began, "The thing that people love and it's such an important part of Death in Paradise is the denouement." When Humphrey would gather everybody together in the same room, and then explain exactly what happened. Now we wanted to do something like that, but we couldn't do that, which I think is a great example of Tim's brief, which was exactly the same as Death in Paradise, but different. So we came up with this construct of actually taking the characters and putting them in the crime scene. So they're actually there in the room as the action is happening around them, and that's completely unique. He continued, and that was the moment we saw Beyond Paradise become a show in its own right, and it was no longer just a spin-off of Death in Paradise. It was now a show worthy of its own space. When discussing a potential crossover between Death in Paradise and Beyond Paradise in the new BBC drama, Tony teased, "There is nothing I can say. It did look like Humphrey was somewhere in the promo, you'll just have to watch." Show boss Tony went on to praise his colleague Tim, explaining his brief for Beyond Paradise was perfect. It was, "It's got to be exactly the same as Death in Paradise, and completely different." Which is what every writer wants to hear. So it's exactly that, and the thing about Death in Paradise is, the team itself feels like a family. And actually, one of the key things as a viewer is you want to be there. I think you want to go and sit in Catherine's bar at the end of it. And so that was the first thing we wanted to create that team, and that's why this amazing team that's here, that's exactly why they were constructed in that way, to make it feel like a family. So that was really important. The second thing that people love about the Mother show, if you like, is the puzzle. So we knew we had to have a puzzle within the center of that. Beyond Paradise begins on Friday at 8 p.m. on BBC One.